Yeah. Hey, good evening, everybody. Oh, good afternoon. What is it, Danny? I don't even know.
Early evening. Yeah, evening. We're technically getting into it, huh?
We're here from our
safe.
home base at 22nd Street Landing in beautiful San Pedro, California. We've got some vagabonds from Wyoming out in the green room. Been trying to get rid of them. We have had no success at all. My brother Paul. Paul, stick your head in the camera,
Come on,
right?
Paul. I've been having a great time with Paul.
My brother Paul is here, and we got the Danny Kadota Show. Paul, you're welcome to jump on here too, if you want. And
I don't want to interfere with your live podcast here.
Shoot, man.
I need exercise. I'm going to take a walk.
All right.
Are you really?
I've heard this BS before.
All right, everybody. Hey, hit that like button if you don't mind, and share these videos everywhere. Make sure you subscribe to the Friedman Adventures YouTube channel, and tick that little rotten, filthy, deplorable, disgusting little bell, and you'll be notified when there's new content. You can follow us over there on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. Mr. Kadota, Captain Kadota, how the heck are you?
Phil, I thought you were going to wear the Scott Bucher shirt.
Man, you want me to run out to the car and get it?
No.
Oh my God! Did you see
That
Mike
was ugly.
Morrison fall off his chair?
Oh, yeah.
We have a Scott Bucher shirt now that a guy by the name of Tommy Tarr, Charlie he's from the Fibbers Christian Fishing Club over in Costa Mesa, California, gave it to us. And I'm going to start selling those things.
It'll go viral too. I have to tell you, it'll go nuts.
It'll go crazy. We got a lot to talk about. We'll talk a little Mexico fishing because there's some good stuff down there. We'll get Danny's keen opinion about what is going on this year. It is a totally different year. It's a little windier. There's no sardine around. Where are those darn albacore? They should be popping up. We'll be checking on all of that. And one more live show tonight at 6 p.m. We've got Tackle Shop Confessions from a place that Danny likes to visit, Island Fishing Tackle.
Sammy and the boys, yeah.
Sam De La Torre. So
absolutely.
We'll be doing that. You want me to read a couple comments?
Absolutely.
Then we'll
Let's
jump
go.
right into
Sure.
it. Joaquin Lopez. Hey, Joaquin, great to have you with us. He wanted to say hello to us, Danny. Appreciate you being here. Joaquin Albert Ponce. Good afternoon, Phil, Danny, and to every single person watching. It is so great to have you with us. Albert, it's time you won another raffle, isn't it? Next raffle is August 11th. Albert won 2 in a row. And really big prizes.
You got the horse. You better go on the boat.
Yeah.
Get in the jackpot.
Sure,
You're set.
You know what he won? For $5, he won a 3-day trip on the Shogun. And went out and caught several hundred-pound bluefin.
Oh, that's unreal.
Yeah, it was. Albert.
Start loading up. Or make a trip to Vegas, whatever.
He says it's about time, so he's ready to go. And Mike the Cranker Krinkovich, I'm here, but not there at 22nd Street Landing Studio, giving you guys some peace and quiet. Oh, thank God. My God. Hey, you guys from Wyoming, if Mike Krinkovich walks in, throw him out of here. We don't want him around us. We're trying to run a professional. We turn these guys into bouncers. I love these guys now.
Beautiful.
So we're ready to rock and roll. Danny, what's going on? What's new with you? I heard you were over at our friend's place, the Sushi Institute, dining on some delicious sushi the other day.
I just love that, and to see the turnover, but to watch something that, it was very special going on. In fact, as a kid, I never ate sashimi. It was tough.
Even with your Japanese culture?
Yeah, even with the culture.
How come?
I just didn't like the texture.
So your family was eating it, but you were not.
Well, my grandparents and stuff. My mom and dad would eat a little, but even my mom wasn't real big on it.
Yeah.
It didn't come
Would you
about
like better
until
than that?
after.
Chili dogs, like?
No, we ate a lot of meat.
Oh, okay.
We grew up American.
There you go. Yeah.
But I'll tell you what. As time went, we went back to some of the roots, and we embraced it. And then as we got into the fishing industry and everything else, we kind of, gravitated more to fish. And now I'd actually prefer it.
Yeah, and as fishermen, Danny,
Yeah.
we get the best fish possible, right?
Absolutely.
At the best price.
Absolutely. And, it gives you the opportunity to be innovative with your recipes and things like that.
Speaking of that, why don't you give your recipe? Because you kind of do a fusion dish between the Japanese and the Mexican when you do like your ceviche. Or
you know
what?
what? Did I show you? I showed you the picture of
Yeah,
Mike
you
Kadota
did.
then, right? Okay, so when we went up to Santa Barbara, I made that, and I found out that they like, ceviche. And so I did one. And folks, this is something simple. Like You could just jot it down. You don't really have to, but you get your yellowtail loins, cut them sashimi style, cut them up. And it's very simple. You lay them in a tray. The first thing, that you do, and I actually got this, it was a fusion deal from one of our pangueros down in Mexico.
Yeah.
He would do it on the boat for us. He would just take a yellowtail, cut it right there on the spot, take a half side, loin it out, slice it up, hit it with the lime juice. Kept it very simple. Lime juice. He had the tapatio, the soy sauce, diced up some cilantro, serrano chilies, like I said, and it's simple. And then we just ate them with chips, and we just went. And I've just taken it and kind of taken it a little further, as far as like what my taste buds went, and I blended some of that. I do maybe a little bit of lemon with the lime.
Yeah.
You still use the majority of the lime. I'll use light soy sauce instead of the regular ones, which is, to me, it's almost a little too salty now.
Yeah.
But it works.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you mix it with tapatio. So you got a blend of Japanese, and it's a fusion deal already between that.
Yeah, right.
And, the tapatio and the
Man, that
Kiko
sounds
man,
so
right?
good right now. I'm
and it's
hungry,
just
too.
so simple, folks. And yet you kill it when it comes to, bringing people over. So the first thing, you squeeze the lime. Then I hit the tapatio, the Kiko man soy sauce, and I use the light, sodium one, the green one.
Yeah.
And then I dice up red onions, dice up cilantro, and you throw it on top, and it's very pretty. And then you could use serranos. Now, if you're lightweights, you can core the seeds out,
Right.
and you get the serrano flavor and not an
fire.
intense heat.
Yeah.
And you get that flavor. And you just dice some serranos and throw them on top, or leave them without. Put it out the side, and you can add it on, and then just serve it with tortilla chips. But let me tell you, it's a killer.
Man, that
it's a killer.
sounds
We've
so
been
good.
serving it at all the parties and everything now.
And you know what? All the guys in Mexico now have adopted that. Like, so when you get back, like I go blackfin sport fishing or Mara sport fishing. So the trip is not over when you're done fishing. It continues. You get to bond with the guys, even though there's a language barrier for many people.
No.
You get to sit there while they're processing your fish, have a cold one or a cup of coffee if you're like you and me.
Exactly.
And man, I'll tell you, it just adds to the Baja Mexico hospitality.
I agree. And I've taken it, further. Like we said, after that one session there, we brought it back. I started doing it at schools, at all these events. You're
the head of the party.
Oh, it's unbelievable. Like I said, I mean, we had to with David Pack and Mike McDonald. Who'd ever thought that you got the lead singer of the Doobie Brothers?
Yeah,
sitting
really.
there munching, and he cleaned half that platter. It was unbelievable.
That's
It
awesome.
was really cool.
That is
so
awesome.
it's something that we got out of the Bay of Los Angeles. So the traveling and the experiences you get, whether you're on, go down to Ensenada, Tijuana, or the other side.
Yeah.
We pick stuff up, people, and that's to me, that's what it's all about.
100%.
You're learning not only just the fishing part of it, but the other aspect of it too.
Yeah, taking stuff from a different culture.
Yeah,
and learning
And it's a fusion deal. And come on, mixing Kiko man with Tapatio.
Give me a
Who'd have
break.
thought about that?
I'm telling
but
you,
it's
man.
a killer.
Hey,
Flat out killer.
I got two things. First of all, that sounds like the Monte Carlo backing in. And there's a bunch of crazies on there that are going to invade this office. But at least Dan Lightfoot, Michael Limon, Mackie.
Oh, they're all on the boat?
Yeah, I'm sure they're going
my
to be
God.
in here. So
Okay.
you can interview them and see how fishing
Sure,
is. So we
sure.
can talk
That's
to 'em.
great. That's
We'll be able
awesome.
to do that. Here's the bad news. Are you ready for this? Lori just sent Mike Krinkovich, he's in here all the time, and said that he is confirmed on the Danny Kadota 8-day trip. Maybe you want to call Lori and see if she can say that was a mistake.
Do a screen.
Michael Limon!
Did you kill him?
Not really.
Not really, Michael
but that's
says.
fishing, Mike. That's big fishing.
Michael, come over here and say hi to everybody. Michael Limon.
Hey, Phil.
How are you, buddy? Good to see
Hey,
you.
Mike.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you
Well,
too.
how was fishing?
It was good.
Yeah? What'd you catch?
Scoping
Sculpin?
and one calico bass.
One, you personally?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, very good. How was the
awesome.
bass bite for everybody? Slow?
Slow.
A little slow?
And then we did some barracuda fishing.
Barracuda, you catch any?
Nah.
Okay, so you looked at some barracuda and the calicos. Did you guys have live squid?
No, live anchovies.
Chovies. Okay,
Chovies,
very good.
all right. That's all right.
I'm
You
sure
got-
there's some other knuckleheads that are going to come in here. Mackie's here. Oh my God, Mackie, you better come over here now. It's your turn. Hey, what's going on? Hey, we got the whole crew here. Do you want to sit here with Danny and talk about how fishing was?
Yeah.
All right.
How's it going?
Man, I'm loving it. What's going on?
Not much.
Good to see you, man.
See you. Where's Paul?
Hot off the
Paul's
boat.
taking a walk.
Oh.
Yeah, he'll be
He's
back.
like, screw this.
Yeah, exactly. Here, look, I'll take care of you here, man. Oh, wait a minute. Let me do it. Yeah, I'll do it this way. There you go. Mac, hey, you can talk.
Hey, what's up, bud?
What's up, Danny?
I can sit out
So it
in the
was
audience.
good day, nice day, huh?
Oh, it was good. It was
Awesome.
a great day out there. There's a lot of current.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
It's
so
buzzing around.
we were like full up, like 60 people. So we went to the scoping grounds, did our job over
Trying to
there.
fill the sacks.
Yeah, and then we went to the bass grounds, and the bass were biting like kind of okay. So I think we just had a little bit too much condition out there.
Oh yeah. Where's the water temps, by the way?
Oh, I didn't
You know-
ask.
you know?
I didn't
Yeah.
ask. I didn't ask.
That's I'm
But I think
curious
it-
about that.
It like went down a little bit. That's what he was saying, that the past couple of weeks it was
Yeah.
really, or not
oh,
couple
staging
days.
staging for albacore.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. It's just such a like tidal wave of like fishing.
Yeah,
It's just
you
up
know,
and down.
I think that's what makes it enticing.
Yeah.
It's not called catching. You never know.
Yeah.
You know, stuff you get a change in weather, and it could be just a few degrees drop, and you have all of a sudden this fish drop, come in from the north of Northern California and drop down into here, and next thing you know,
Yeah.
albacore or something.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
I
what
know.
we're. But I mean, the fishing's great. The guys are having great fishing down just south of us here.
Yeah. I
You know,
I
and
feel like
outside.
I bet you in like 2 days it'll be back on again.
Yeah. So you just never know. That's fishing.
Yeah.
That's
No, I
fishing.
mean if we
That's the
knew,
neat
if
part.
we could predict it, then we would.
If we predict it, we'd be in trouble because
Yeah,
we'd wipe it
there
out.
would be no more fish.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it's fishing, not catching. Yeah.
Oh man, but yeah, it was fun.
That's great.
What do you call it? Guys were throwing the iron. We got a couple of barracuda,
Oh, cool.
but
cool.
it just wasn't. It's still bacon. We gotta let it cook a
Yeah.
little bit more. Yeah.
Did you know what the temp was? The water temp?
No.
Do you have an idea?
No.
Yeah. It's still, from what I gather, I think it's still down.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
that-
still think so.
Yeah.
It's a little too windy. Still.
That's why we keep, I think the albacore. It's,
I'm hoping.
I know they're up in Northern Cal, and I think they're coming down a little ways, but we'll see what happens.
What boat out here would you guys take? Just any boat on the full day for albacore?
You know, if when it starts showing, most of these guys have the experience. You know that the thing is that the guys with the transitory boats that are up here that go down to San Diego, those guys are all the guys that have been fishing the tuna and stuff
Yeah.
all their lives, and like
Oh,
my
so they'll
boats,
just
yeah,
go
like
back
our
and
guys.
forth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it depends where the fish are at.
Yeah.
In the 80, 85, 84, those fish came right in the channel. They were right here in between Catalina, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
And those were those real big ones too.
Yeah. I think on the El Dorado they're on reverse or 1.5 days, and they're whacking the bluefin. So
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
just about area and
because
condition.
they got to get that night bite in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all condition based.
Yeah, so you just don't know, but keep your fingers crossed. That's
No,
fishing.
it's fun. It's
Yeah.
so much fun.
Yeah.
What do you call it? I had fun with Mike and Mike's little brother John Dan, and then
Uh-huh.
my wife has never been out before.
Oh, great.
So she was just like, I don't want to fish. I just want to hang out. And I was like, that's fine.
And she enjoyed the day.
Yeah.
Cool.
She was like, I was
Awesome.
like, here's the top deck. There's no one there while we're fishing, so she had the whole top deck to herself. She was
Awesome.
reading a book, so she doesn't get sick like I do.
Oh,
So
that's good.
She was reading a book.
That's a
She
good
was-
thing.
Yeah, she was reading a book, listening to music, everything. So I was just like,
Oh
sweet.
man, that's awesome.
So she was set.
Yeah, that's so cool. That is so cool.
What's going on?
You guys are down or what?
I don't
Oh,
know.
you're just getting the scoop on it.
Yeah.
That's what you're
man,
doing.
a bunch of nice guys out
Yeah,
there.
the bass was pretty.
Yeah, was it?
Yeah, it was pretty down, but it'll probably be back up as soon as conditions just.
As soon as you
lighten
guys
up.
leave.
Yeah, pretty much. I was just like, we should have fished yesterday. So,
That was
but
it.
it was
Should have been
good.
here yesterday.
It was good. Yeah.
Dan
That's
Lightfoot behave?
Yeah. John, we got John. John caught the most fish out of all of us.
John. Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so he was excited. Michael got to practice slow pitching.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Oh, there
So-
you go.
All the boys got their lessons in.
Awesome.
Well, I'll turn
That's
it
what
to
it counts.
Danny. Thank you.
All right.
You're the man. What a mess, huh? Where is that thing? There it is. Don't move. I got it. Thanks, Mackie. Mackie, the man.
All right,
Thank you,
take care,
Mackie.
Mike. Thanks.
Good stuff. I didn't hear most of that, so it sounded like a fun day on the water, but a little slow. Is that what I gathered from
Yeah,
that?
and that's fishing. You know,
Yeah.
that's fishing.
Because you don't go to catch fish, right? You
No.
freaking go to, do the adventure and have fun, right?
Yeah, and the camaraderie.
Yep.
The people that you meet, which, I mean, think about, we lost a very dear friend, but
Bob Gifford,
Bob
everybody
Gifford,
passed
so-
away.
But I mean, if it weren't for having the blessing of being around him on the boats and down here at the landing,
Yeah.
what a wonderful guy, and we're blessed to have known him, But I mean, that's the neat part about our industry. I mean,
The family part of it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We all become this community.
Absolutely.
From your show, from our show,
Absolutely.
from all this,
The tie-in goes all over, and you never know where it reaches out and where who it touches.
Right.
But it's just so cool and how it transcends, like you'll say, into different things where you have opportunities like we talked about. Making ceviche and being able to sit down with guys you would consider stars growing up,
Yeah.
and celebrities, and it just morphs right into it because of our fishing.
Yeah,
and
100%.
and some of the things that we've learned from it. So, no, it's just I've always felt very blessed, coming in at the time that we did, Phil. I mean, you and I grew up at the same time. We watched evolution of tackle, methodology. The whole fishing industry
The
changed.
whole industry, including the fishery.
Yeah.
This bluefin.
Yeah.
And all
It's
that.
unbelievable.
That wasn't around when we were
No,
kids.
no.
Not like
Not even
this.
close. No. Unbelievable.
Yeah, and when we were kids, you couldn't imagine San Diego surviving without albacore, yet they're doing just fine.
They find a way.
Yep.
You find a way because of, fishermen are fishermen, We'll adapt and we'll do whatever we got to do, I mean, granted, you had these phenomenal El Ninos, and then we have the albacore year after that. You go through these cycles, but people want to go out and fish.
Yeah.
Fresh air, the camaraderie, the people we meet. I mean, think of all the people that we've been blessed being around. That
So
we met
many.
on the boats.
And to be perfectly honest with you, there's a lot of freaking characters in this business.
Oh,
You know what I
my
mean?
God, yeah.
Characters.
Yeah, you took off the shirt.
Yeah. Exactly. I'll put it back on again. Oh, that's part of it for sure. All right, let's go back to some questions, comments, and hit that like button, everybody. It's really good to be with you. It's already almost 4:30, Danny. We're zooming through the
Holy
show.
smokes.
It's unbelievable.
It is.
6 p.m. live tonight from Island Fishing Tackle Shop Confessions. Joaquin Lopez says clip fishing San Diego Sunday. He said they were hitting like crazy. Joaquin, what was hitting like crazy? I'd love to know. Robert Graver says, good afternoon. Phil, Danny, and all the Friedman Adventure family fanatics. Happy Danny Kadota Show Monday. I like that. Mike Krinkovich says Tapatio is known as Mexican ketchup. Keen observation there, Mike. You want him on your A-Day trip, huh? Good luck. Robert Graver says, nice shirt, Danny.
Oh, thank you.
Shirt there. I concur 100%. Albert Ponce. Phil, next time we go to Ensenada, we'll have Victor cook us up camarones a la cucaracha. They are so spicy, but so good. I want it. I want it, Albert.
That
Sign me
sounds
up.
good.
A la cucaracha. Se oye muy rico a mí. Dan is on the Monte Carlo. Hey, thank you, Mike. I just said hi to Dan, but I appreciate you pointing that out. Robert Graver, nice haircut. Michael Limon. I didn't even notice. And the elf is with us. Greg Bates. Hey, Greg, good to have you with us. Hi, Mike. It's not peace and quiet. It's called the quiet before the storm. Hey, Danny, Phil, and the rest of the Keystone Cops.
Boy, that's the truth.
Pretty appropriate there, man. He nailed it right on the head there. Robert Graver, great job hosting. I'm thinking that might have been Mackie. He did a great job. Yeah, it is, Mackie. And I appreciated that. And the Cranker says hi to the elf. And Angle R Pliers, best pliers on the market. David Rosenthal also saying hello. What is going on this year? I'm just going to talk about some differences I'm seeing, Danny.
Sure.
And it's weird. So, Danny, seed roast, we're not seeing the lights out yellowtail fishing that we've seen. It's kind of scratchy, but we're seeing a lot more white sea bass and
I
halibut.
was gonna say.
You know, that's
I was
been
gonna say
crazy.
I've seen a lot of nice sea bass.
And we've had incredible sand bass fishing locally this year, best in 2 decades. Our sardines have disappeared. We are seeing a pretty good influx of yellowtail, if you ask me. We're starting to see a lot of that. You can see it walking up the coast, and it's at Catalina now, and it just keeps walking up the coast.
Yeah, nice grade too.
Is
Yeah.
there anything you can point your finger at, or is it
No,
just
and that's Mother Nature.
part of the beauty of it,
Yeah,
right?
it really is part
mystery
of
of
it.
it
You know,
all.
I mean, I got to tell you something. When I was growing up and going through college and everything, I had one day off because I was working produce and I was working 6 days a week when I was out of college in the summertime. And the one day off, I fished. Whether the fish were biting or not, we went down to San Diego. We went fishing, and some days the count stunk. But you just don't know. There was the day we went down, not expecting it. And we had one of the best days ever with bluefin and stuff. And that's not going down expecting to come home with a gunny sacks full of fish. It was just one of those blessings. But you learn to adapt, like anything, and that's a huge factor.
Yeah,
to adapt to
100%.
whatever's going on. So by keeping in touch with the landings, the boats, and everything else, and now the mode of communication is so much better now, Phil. Before you and we wake up in the morning and look at the LA Times fish count, and I mean if something stirred on the fish count, then you call the landing. But you look at the mode of information, that comes about now directly from off the boats to landings to any of our shows.
Yeah,
It's unbelievable.
it really is.
It really has changed a lot. Yeah.
100%. Danny, you need to look out at that camera. There's a guy named Mike Lee watching right now, and he says he is a huge fan of yours. You can say hi to him and thank him.
How you doing, Mike? Thanks for tuning in.
Mike, you're number one. That's all I can say. Jeff Lingle is joining us. He's fishing offshore. He says, good afternoon, all. Jeff, how about you give us a current update? You're offshore. I know Jeff had a couple of yellowfin tuna, I believe, on a jig strike, a double jig strike. I believe he's about 100 and some miles south of the border. But we'll get an update from our great Jeff Lingle, who keeps us in touch with all the very latest. Great question from Andrew H. Hey, Danny and Phil, any tips on getting my old man to take time off work to enjoy more time on the water? Can I take that first?
Yeah,
and then I'll take
absolutely.
it off with you. Andrew, that question couldn't have come at a better time because my brother and I had an hour-long discussion because our dear friend Bob Gifford just passed away. And my brother has a friend who just works 24 hours a day. He is financially set. He's got all the money in the world he'll need. And he works 24/7. And so, I mean, Bob Gifford was diagnosed with liver cancer in May, and he's gone. He's gone. I mean, you got to take time to smell the roses and spend time with family and go. And part of the whole fishing thing, Andrew, I know, is you want your dad to spend time with you. You want to be out together. It's not so much about catching a bluefin or a bonita or a barracuda as it is about spending time together. And there's so little of that in our lives. And sometimes, just out of the blue, I mean, Bob, we were planning on all kinds of stuff that we were going to do together. In fact, he wanted to go visit my brother, who you got to meet today.
Yeah.
He wanted to go to Taiwan. And we were talking about going
my
this
God.
winter
Yeah.
because he'd never made it to Taiwan.
Yeah.
There's so little precious time left. How would you...
No, I agree. I concur 100%. I mean, I was blessed because I got to fish with my grandparents every weekend, and that's what kept me out of trouble. But my dad knew too, and as the oldest kid in the family, of course, I got spanked the most because I got in the most trouble. But the one thing that was the big deterrent was he would hang that fishing trip on Saturday with my grandparents with my grades and my behavior, and
worked.
and then he would take me, and then he would take me on trips. And the only thing that at the end of my college thing, when I graduated, and I had these job offers, he asked me, so which one did you pick? And I said, well, I'm going to go work as a deckhand on a boat. And he fell off the chair laughing. But you know what? Deep down inside, he knew that I was serious. But then it's like I'll tell this to everybody when I encounter young kids and everything. I says, you know what? If you're doing something you love And fishing was something I loved beyond anything. You're going to take it to a different level. You're going to innovate. You're going to watch. You're not going to miss anything. And you know, you will be doing something that's it's not work. If you're doing something you love, it's not work. And you'll take it to a different level. Trust me. I mean, that's what we did. I mean, I kept pursuing like electronics. You know, we got into the scanning sonars, so, you know, and just the relationships, Phil, like you and I have with people in the industry, you know, and working with boats. And what happens there too is then you align with boats that are highliners. And so you get a line of information that's different on a different level than, you know, a guy that's just going out daily. But I mean, you know, they don't have the intensity level that we did. I was blessed by having the best crew. You know, the same deal. You know, and all these guys went on to have their own boats. You know, and then one of the last pinheads I had was Brian Kehar, and I had to kick him off the boat because, you know, he was putting too much pressure on himself.
Yeah.
And he was 10 times what I was, you know, by the time he was done, because they innovated things and they kept improving things, and the operations were phenomenal. And, you know, they took it above and beyond. But, you know, it comes out of the love of what we're doing here in fishing. And, you know, like what Phil and I are doing. I mean, you could see it comes from our hearts.
Yeah.
You know, and
we absolutely love doing that. I mean, every time we check, like, hey, Danny, I'll see you tomorrow. You're like, can't wait.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
absolutely.
and I'm like, same thing. You know?
Absolutely. You know, and to go off into different areas, like we just talked about it, like in the culinary area, going to Andy's for a sushi deal. You know, with guys, you got all this fish, you come home, you got this beautiful processed fish now. Wouldn't you like to have your wife throw a sushi party, and you know, she'll be the big hit, you know, and she'll be telling you, get out there, we need some fish, we got a party coming up.
Yep.
You know, so there's a lot of things that have changed over time, and we didn't have that when we grew up, Phil.
Yes, I know.
You know, so there's these things that it's just, it's so cool, but you just got to stay involved, and you got to keep innovating. It's like anything else, you know, you got to keep going forward. You want to be the first one out. It's like, I would say, I want to be out in the clean water.
Yeah.
And that's why I left earlier, you know, than the rest of the fleet.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to be in somebody's wake. I want to be out there leading. You know?
Yeah, heck yeah.
Yeah.
Andrew, hey, this is for Andrew's dad. Come on, spend some time with your kid. Unless, you know, you need to be working financially, you're not going to be on your deathbed someday. I didn't see Bob saying, damn, I wish I would have worked a few more hours. He was thinking about his family. He was thinking about his loved ones. He was thinking about spending time with them. If that doesn't work, Andrew, I don't know what else that work. Mike Lee says, Semper Fishing. Thanks, guys.
Yep.
He was very appreciative
Awesome.
of your comments. Good stuff. Mike, appreciate you being here. Mike Krinkovich says, life is too short. We get an update from Jeff Lingle. So he's slowly moving up on Collinet. That puts him 120 miles below the border. And he says they've got 15 knots of breeze going on, so it's
blowing a little bit.
snotty a little bit down that way. Water temp is 68 to 70 degrees, so it's a little decent, warm. You might see a yellowfin or two down there. I believe he did have a couple of yellowfins. So, Jeff, always appreciate it, man. Hope you find some fish. Hope you have a great trip. I'll be, of course, talking to you later tonight, as always. Ken Trenholm, who's a fantastic guy with a wonderful mom, whom I love very, very much. Hello, Friedman Adventures family. Phil, I'm so sorry to hear about Bob. God bless you, Ken. Thank you so much. Brian Harnell says, it's good to have you with us, Brian. It's scary how many people our age are passing away. Well, that's where it goes, right?
You know what?
I mean,
you can't dwell on it.
I
You
know.
got to keep living, folks. You know, and we are dearly going to miss these guys.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, I think they'd want you to go on, continue on. You
I
know,
was saying to my brother also that I think this will be my last year of the Orange County Fair, because it's friggin' a brutal schedule when you do that, and then I said to him though, I go, but I'm afraid that that's how you get old, when you start saying, I'm too old to do this, and then you start acting that way.
That's true.
And I'm
That's
thinking
true.
to
There's
myself,
something about that
maybe
too.
I'll just keep doing
Yeah,
it, you know?
yeah.
Meeting lots of great people and really having a good time. So I don't know. You got to keep moving,
You do.
Brian, for sure. That is so true. And hopefully,
You know, I'm facing a dilemma too, because
Yeah.
I am going in for my shoulder Wednesday, and they're going to determine, if they're going to be cutting or what and where
Yeah.
the operation is.
Yeah.
So I'm going to. I'll be at Keck on Wednesday, and
Yeah.
we'll see what happens.
Best of luck
But I
on
mean,
that.
that's it. Yeah.
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 I'm actually, so I've got some thing going on with my esophagus. I don't think it's very serious, to be honest with you, but August 7th, I've got some procedure. And so I didn't even know what it was. I went to my general guy the other day and he did an EKG and said, "Oh, you're good. You know, you can do this." And I go, "Hey, doc, is this surgery or what is it?" He goes, "You don't know?" I go, "No, I've been too busy." So he looks, he goes, "Oh, they're going to shove a camera down your throat." And I go, do you think I'm cool to work that afternoon? And he goes, "Probably." And I go, "Okay, good." So
Yeah. This is the Super 8.
whatever. Yeah, so anyway, hopefully I'll live
good.
through that. I think I'll be all right. Ken Trenholm, thankfully I had a chance to fish with Bob Gifford, a great person, a great fisherman. Yeah, and my brother was flying in from San Francisco. Paul is here from Taiwan, Danny, as you know.
Yeah.
And they went to grammar school together. And
Oh,
unfortunately, as my brother was boarding the plane to come here, we got word that Bob had passed away.
Oh, jeez.
So he didn't get to see him there for the final day, but Paul and I have been doing nothing but reminiscing about that. He's looking forward to seeing Mackie too today. Mackie and I, Mackie, you weren't here. You were on the Monte Carlo. So I said to Mike Morrison was sitting here and he was saying, "I'm sad, I'm sorry about that." And I go, "You want to know what brought a laughter to him?" And he goes, "Yeah." And I go, "Hold on." I ran up, put the shirt, and he almost fell off. So did this guy, the Scott Buchard shirt, man. I'm telling you.
I didn't want to bring it in the house at first. I was like,
Yeah.
it might send him over.
Yeah, because I didn't. Like Mac and I go, "Do you think it's okay for me to wear it, the shirt?" And we're like, "Eh." So I said to Bob, I go, "Do you want to see it?" And he goes, "Yeah, go get it." And he laughed, man. It was funny.
If you could take that same pattern, put them on T-shirts, and have everybody come on a boat, board the boat with that shirt.
He's been screaming if we do that, he wants 50% of the money. And yeah,
We just have to alter his face so it doesn't look
just a little bit,
just
a little
a
change.
little.
Put a mustache. Put a mustache. Give him a funny mustache.
Something, man. Yeah, that's a good idea, Mackie. Hey, Scott, Mackie came up with a way to jip you out of that 50%, man. Too bad. All right, let's go back to our brilliant commentator, Brian Hanel. Brian says 21 like. Come on, guys, hit that like button. Brian, you are the man. Yeah, hit that like button, everybody. Thank you so much for being part of this. Jeff Lingo says, "Yeah, I agree. Need to stay active, doing something." Boy, that is so true. The guys, you almost feel sorry for them because a lot of guys will put in a lifetime of work, and I mean hard work.
Yeah.
And they get to their retirement, and I think they think that the thing about retirement is I don't have to do anything anymore. And that's where they go wrong.
That's a mistake.
That's where
a mistake.
people
Yeah.
go wrong. They sit on the couch.
That's right.
They stare at the TV, and they're dead 3 months later.
Yeah. No, you got to stay active. I think that's the thing. Yeah.
And you got to have purpose
Yeah.
in your life, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Something.
Absolutely.
Well, there's plenty of stuff to do. Go down and read to the blind. Pete Demers, he's down
Yeah.
at the soup kitchen.
Oh yeah.
You are.
he stays busy all the time. It's
You
wonderful.
go to Mexico. There's a guy
Yeah.
that builds houses down there for the poor that you're
The friend
well
of mine,
connected with.
A friend of mine, his church does that, and they build houses. They build them in a day. They take all the material from here, and it's the Sonota Foundation. But yeah, right, just inland from Ensenada there.
Yeah.
And it's pretty awesome. We were going to make a trip down there once.
Yeah.
We're going to schedule something with him and get down there and help out and do, although shoulder.
Yeah, well,
I'll be able to
hopefully-
do something.
Yeah. So when's that again? When's your appointment? Thursday?
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
This Wednesday. So
All right.
yeah.
Well, come by. I'll serve you a beer if you need one for your anesthesia.
Yeah, but may need to inject it.
Yeah, right. Mike the Cranker says he's concerned about them shoving that camera down my throat. He's worried my voice, my dainty voice, might get affected. So, Mike, I'll make sure that they do something to make sure that doesn't screw me up
There you go.
too much. Yeah, I mean, seeing people die around you is a weird new experience in many ways, but
It's part of life, but it's you know what? Live your life. Phil.
yeah.
You can't worry about dying. You just keep living.
Yep, 100%. great long range fishing on these 8-day summer trips this year.
Yeah.
Tons of yellowfin tuna and yellowtail.
Yeah.
They've been, this sea bass thing is amazing when you think about it. I've seen sea bass up in Northern California.
Oh, my God.
Certainly the Channel Islands have been the epicenter once again, but Clemente, Santa Barbara, Catalina's had a pop. And then you go down to Cedros and down in that neck of the woods, they've got sea
They've been
bass.
getting nice ones too.
You were talking about when we grew up in this industry. Hell, you'd never see
It was rare.
You never saw one.
For how many
right?
years, Phil?
Yeah,
You know?
decades, right?
Right,
Like
absolutely.
70s,
So it's
you never saw those
a cycle or something, and the thing was, I thought we'd always it was a mandatory thing at the time to get the sea bass to have the squid, but these things are popping around all over the place.
Yeah.
So who knows?
Man,
Mother
it's
Nature.
Been an incredible year in
Yeah,
terms of that white sea bass
Yeah,
bite.
it's
Oh,
unreal.
by the way, thoughts and prayers go out to Tom Durer, who went to the hospital with a really bad flu, but he's been. They couldn't take Tom in the hospital, so they threw him out. I don't know if he was. They just had enough. The nurses said, "Look, he may not be getting better. Can you get rid of this guy? He's at home resting. He's getting better."
That's good.
So,
That's good.
Tom, thoughts and prayers with you.
Yep.
Hopefully, you're going to be ready to go. Yeah, all it took was him to say, "Hey, let's go bass fishing on my boat. I'm going to move it to Redondo." Next thing, I'm waiting for him to call me and say, "Get your butt down here. Let's go." And then he ends up in the hospital.
So now I could tell you sorry for knocking you off the spot at Furman that one day, Tom. He was by himself in the skipjack.
Oh, yeah.
Had 2 sea bass going, one in each hand. Yeah, this is no joke. And my crew, we were doing a goof off. My crew sees Tom with the 2 fish hanging. This is right here at Point Furman, right? And we had squid. We had live squid. And it was a goof off trip, so it was just the crew. And they dumped the anchor, and a little bit of breeze coming out of the west, and we're dragging. And I go, "Hey, guys. Well, those guys were already, my crew was back there. It was a goof off trip with the crew. They're already back there, bit. We ended up, Tom got his 2 fish, but we ended up dragging into him and pushing him off the spot. That was called defensive fishing, right there. And we hung anchor, and we went completely bent until we were done.
Expletives deleted. Dropping F-bombs on you?
Oh, yeah, but it was in good. It was in good faith. He knew. He knew I didn't do it intentionally.
There you are, Tom. That should cheer you up there, man.
Yeah.
For sure.
You feel better, Tom? Yeah.
Mike Krankovich doesn't want any more death talk on the show. Move on. Nothing to see here. All right, Mike, we will do that. Mike Lee wants to know if you're still doing rods, Danny.
No, we can't. You know what? My timing was so bad.
Yeah.
I mean, we started right at COVID.
Yeah.
And I had a booth in Orlando. We did the ICAST show and everything. But then the supply, all the componentry, that's one thing I should have recognized before, was most of the componentry was coming from overseas. And there was absolutely nothing coming in. And we gave all our production to China, and it was very tough. You couldn't get anything coming back. And if you did, it was just the major companies getting the supply of them.
Yeah.
So it was a tough deal. The concept, I still believe, is phenomenal because, I know it works, having a straight graphite, which recoils quicker than any other material out there if it's done right.
Yeah.
And you won't break it if you're fishing at the right angles. If you're fishing from 90 down, and Phil, we've got it on that footage of that Freedom trip.
I've got every last bit of that, man.
30-pound, light 30-pound stick that weighs a couple ounces, and I had the ability to kill those.
Boy, did you kick Larry Moore's butt on that trip. Let me tell you, man.
The tackle makes.
You see how mad Larry was on that trip? He got schooled by you.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding, Larry. Calm down.
Larry's an old friend. So
he sure
can
is
laugh
old,
about it.
let me tell you.
What I loved was the picture that you guys took with him and I standing. It was like Danny DeVito and Arnold.
Yeah, totally.
And it was perfect. Yeah. Twins.
That was a fun trip, man.
It
because
was.
Beaker was just teasing Larry so much on that trip. Larry wanted to shoot him. He really freaking did. And Beaker had a couple of drinks, so he was a little looser. He's a loose, he's not afraid to mess with anybody anyway.
It's almost
Oh,
time
man,
for a
that was funny.
reunion trip, Phil.
Yeah, what
it's
the
almost time
heck?
to get call Conklin and the boys and get all the guys together again.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Shoot, man. Dave Clark says 2 spots on the Kadota 8-day in 2026. You better grab one of those if you want a trip with an unbelievable catch of yellowfin tuna and yellowtail. That's right, Dave. We're just talking about how great these trips are. Danny loves the American angler, loves the crew, the boat, and the fishing's always so good. And man, 2 spots available. That doesn't happen very often.
Yeah, it's usually the same group. Grab it while you can.
Are they
You'll
at
have
Point
fun.
Loma Sport Fishing?
Yes.
Point Loma Sport Fishing. You
Out
can
of
give
Point
them a
Loma.
call.
Yeah, talk to Lori.
Talk to Lori. Call the American Angler office. Talk to Lori if you'd like to do that. Mike Lee says he understands about the rod. Chuck Zimmer.
Oh,
from the
Chuck.
Redondo Beach Rod and Gun Club. Chuck, we miss you so much. Where the heck are you? You great. No, I can't say that. It's a family show. You great guy, you. Down at the Chart House in Redondo, there's a ton of sand crabs down here. Woohoo!
Wow.
Man, we go load up on sand crabs and fish the
surf
surf.
fish, yeah.
Chart House meaning you're having dinner down there or you're fishing down there, Chuck? I'm curious. I like my ribeye blue, please. Really, really, really rare. You can bring me one home. Yeah, he would bring Ruth one home, my wife, but not me. I know that. Hey, Chuck, good to have you back. Great reporting from the search. I appreciate it. Our next big raffle, August the 11th, on Tackle Shop Confessions, and he'll be telling us more about that. Mike Krinkovich, the cranker, got one of 3. I'll be the special guest on that AA trip. Mike's starting to repeat now that he's on the AA trip. So, hey, everybody, let me do it about 4 more times right now. Mike Krinkovich is on the American Angler trip, and he'll check in again and repeat that one more time. Kids are playing at the beach, says Chuck Zimmer, who's one fun dad, I got to admit, man. Just like when I had my kids, man, we just never stopped. Part of it with my kids was I looked at them, and they have so much energy, I go, to myself, I'm going to wear you 2 out before you can ever wear me out. So, man, we go surf fishing and do all kinds of stuff. It was challenging, to say the
God.
least, but it was a lot of fun. And Jeff Lingle saying hi to Chuck also. Hey, Danny, do you like sardines? Do you eat sardines?
Only in a can.
Doesn't sound like. Yeah,
I had
that's
them in
how
a
I've
can.
had
I
it.
had them in a can. Yeah.
How, I wonder,
I
like
guess they're
everything
supposed
else,
to be good. I imagine
everything
they're
else
supposed to be good.
fresh is
Yeah,
better, right?
yeah, yeah.
What if you got a scoop of sardines?
I imagine it's good.
How do you cook them? In a pressure cooker? Mackie, do you know anything about that?
What? Sardines?
Cooking sardines?
There you go.
You Filipino guys, come on. Your
Eat
dad?
them out of the can.
Yeah, I know.
And tomato, and we pull them out of the
There you
tomato
go.
sauce.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
It's so funny you
I
said
trust
the
the can.
tomato because I don't eat, I just get the sardines, but Ruth,
The olive
when she
oil.
talks about Costa Rica
It's
and
the tomato.
yes, yeah,
That's-
tomatoes,
I grew up on the tomato.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. We need some tomato-based recipes sent in, huh?
Oh, no,
We-
it's
we'll get
tomato.
them.
You know what we need to do? We need to get some sardines and find out how to cook them and eat them live on your show.
There we go. We'll have
Right?
to do that. We'll have to do that. We'll have to
Maybe-
figure it out.
There's the only trophy.
Oh shoot! Yeah, there's no freaking
There's
sardines.
sardines.
All right,
Sardines.
then we'll do chobies. What's wrong with doing chobies? We'll find a way to
Yeah,
do this,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
I
We'll
want to see
figure it
Dan
out.
Lightfoot eat one. That's what I really want to say. Mike Krinkovich. Oh, wait a minute. He said it again. He's on the AA trip. Yes.
Okay.
The AA.
Okay.
Mike, are you talking about the real AA trip? You mean like AA, like no more, or are you talking about the American Angler? Yeah, American Angler. Greg Bates, when you retire, you instantly become
A werewolf.
a werewolf. Is that what it says? It doesn't say anything, does
No,
it?
it's up to the user discretion.
Oh, yes, there you go. Mike Krinkovich, grill them. He wants to grill the anchovies or
Oh,
the
my
sardines. Pando56, who I think is our friend Johnny Garma.
No.
No, it's Eric. That's right, Eric. Way too long, man. I can't remember if you're fishing with us on the Apollo in September, but I hope to God you are because I love hanging out with you. Took my dad out fishing one time. We got some bottom fish, but my dad hadn't enough. He started taking home some sardines from the bait well. How did he cook them? Man, I would really like to know about that. I used to do that with squid. I take fresh squid home and cook that up.
You know what's funny, Phil? You see all that kind of stuff, and they always have the guys, take a chovy or something and eat it like they would challenge the kids on the boat, and so a lot of times we'd be driving home and the kids are back there cleaning fish and they still had chovies in the wells and they'd pull it out and they would dare guys to eat the chovy live and stuff, and so all I hear is this yelling and screaming and laughing, and this guy comes up to the well and says, "Well, I ate my first chovy." And he says, "Oh, really?" He says, so he goes, "So, Captain, when did you have yours?" I said, "Well, I've never had it yet." "You fell for that?" And these guys would fall over. I thought they were going to gag and throw up in the wheelhouse,
So I got two stories. One is tragic, so I'll save that one for a second. But one you'll love because we were doing a youth fishing trip.
Yeah.
Had a bunch of inner city kids out. Brian Shaw and a bunch of the Lakers were with us.
OB.
And B. Shaw goes to Samaki Walker, who was playing for the Lakers in those days. He goes, "Watch this little kid." And it was Patrick. And he goes, "He'll bite the head off an anchovy." And so I go, "Go ahead, whatever, Patrick." So Patrick bites, or no, he said, "If that kid bites the head off an anchovy, you got to do it." So Patrick, of course, he's fishing with me all the time, doing crazy stuff. He does it. And so Bisha makes Samaki Walker do it, and he starts throwing up.
Oh, perfect.
So we go to a Laker game, and I was actually honored as a hero in education because they couldn't find anybody else. So I walked out to tip the ball off, and that night they played on the jumbo.
Oh, my
Samaki
God.
Walker throwing up. So Patrick was in the stadium and got to see that. Bisha, I'll
my
never
God.
forget you for that. That was great. The other one is tragic. It happened with a sardine. I'm not going to mention any names, but there was a youth fishing trip, and one of the volunteers said, "Hey, kids, watch this." And he put a sardine in his mouth, lodged in his throat, and he died
Oh, my God.
on a local boat here. I'm not going to go too much further than that.
Oh,
but
my God.
yeah, so, we're joking about that stuff, but the only reason I'm mentioning that is you got to be careful because the scales go the wrong, and they couldn't
Scales are
extract
wrong.
it.
Not only scales, the spines
Right.
are aligned one way. They go.
Yes.
If it doesn't go down, it doesn't come back up because the spines. So think about that twice, folks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right. So there you go. Ma'am, eating sardines and anchovies brings up all kinds of stories. Blue Sky says, whatever you do, talking about sardines, don't fry them. My wife did that one time, and that was it. I bet the house smelled delightful after that. Eric Pando 56, pan fry, hey, whole Filipino style on the Amigo. Doggone it, Pando, we're gonna do that. Eric, so what? And you eat the bones, right? You get the guts out, scale them, I'm guessing, and then you eat the bones. I'm guessing, right? Help me out here. Greg Bates, self-employed. It's now your business. You get to run it any way you want. What you do is what you make it. If never slow down, you'll never grow old. Yeah, you got to keep doing something, right?
That's true.
Yes.
That's true. Keep moving. Don't give them a target.
Mike Krinkovich says, I thought Mike was going to say he was on the AA 8-day trip, but he says sage advice from the elf. Very good. Albert Ponce, maybe we got a sardine recipe here. Sardines are cooked, descaled, gutted, and deep fried crunchy with garlic salt. How are they, Albert? I bet they're good.
I'm sure they are.
Are they
I
good?
just
Anchovies
never-
good that way? You want to do that on next week's show?
The only
I don't know if we
bait
can
that
pull
I
together.
the only bait I ever ate was squid.
Squid's great.
Sauteed it with olive
Yeah.
oil, garlic,
Yeah.
parsley. Yeah. That I
But
did.
man, shoot, we're out of time here. You realize we've
Oh,
gone
my
through
God.
an hour? Let's see what Mike has to say.
Okay.
He says he's on the AA 8-day trip.
Okay.
Oh, he
okay.
says-
We'll see.
Great boat. Food for someone feeling queasy. Offer them a warm cup of mayonnaise. Yes.
Oh, that'll cure it.
I did that, actually. I have a video of it. The guy threw up brutally.
Yeah.
Cruz Soto. It was up in the Channel
Oh
Islands.
my God.
Yeah.
Oh my
I got to
God.
dig that up and put it back out again. That was a good one. Danny, I think we're out of time, my friend. Are you okay with that?
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
gonna
okay.
tell
But you know what? What did you do with the Scott Buchert shirt? You gotta,
Oh,
you gotta
man, it's
post
out my car. I
Oh,
wish
never
the
mind. It's
heck-
really, yeah.
We got next week. We got the Scott Buchert shirt. We're gonna eat something in here. I don't know what it's gonna be. We'll find something to eat in here. And as always, we'll get Danny Kadota and his Well, it says right here.
We'll
the
figure it
Danny
out.
Kadota Show, decades of fishing wisdom and your questions answered.
And pranks, fishing pranks.
And pranks, especially. Danny, great to have you
Phil,
with us.
thanks again. We'll see you guys next week.
Danny Kadota Show, Mackie, take us out, my friend, please. Mackie, we need to go out.